All right, welcome to a special episode of Something for the Culture. I'm Jazzy J. I have Knowledge here from Do the Knowledge Radio.
Yo,
Knowledge. Oh, there you go. Can you hear?
we're doing this special tribute, yeah, to our brother. You know, many of our spiritual fathers of of the clan, and for our people that's out here, you see what I'm saying. We lost a great one here 2 days ago, so we collaborated together, and we got some of the true to heart core of the fam to come and share their thoughts today. See what I'm saying? So we uplifting that warrior, that soldier, that that one that'll get with you if you got out of line and got your ass back in line. So we here to hear some reflections, from one of our strong warriors. You know, the culture took a loss and our nation took a loss when our brother departed from our physical sight. So without any further ado, let me introduce my other brother, you see what I'm saying, who embody that same warrior spirit, 144,000 on Brooklyn, about all intents and purposes, Judah Priest in the building.
Yo, yo, what up, what up, what up? Peace of the gods, peace of the earth. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Peace,
you.
peace.
Yeah, peace, God, peace, Queen.
I know you got some things on your heart to say, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
So, you take this time, however you want to say what you got to say, man, and let it be known. You see what I'm saying?
yo, like this is definitely one of those tough losses, man. You know what I
Right,
mean? I've been knowing to the world know him as Papa Wu. You know what I mean? We know him as Freedom Allah. You know what I mean? He, spiritual advisor, father figure to many. You know what I mean? And a great
right,
inspiration to the world. So you know what I mean? Like this is a hard pill to swallow, man. Definitely shocking and surprising. You know what I mean? I got many stories. For those who knew him, and for those who think that they know things about him, you know what I mean? I literally been live, like watching YouTube clips and some of the old teachings from Parliament and the Raleighs and all that.
right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying? Like, and I ain't gonna front, like I couldn't hold back tears. You know what I mean? Just the jewels itself, you know what I mean, was powerful, man. Just the teachings, man. He inspired so many people, you know what I mean,
right,
to gain the knowledge itself and to truly understand, you know what I'm saying, who we are. You know what I mean? And when I say we, I mean us as a culture, and also as individuals. You know what I mean? That's all in the mathematics. It's all in the science. So you know what I mean? I think the greatest moment, you know what I mean, that I'm probably going to cherish for the rest of my life, you know what I mean, is my past birthday party. You know what I mean? We was out in Manhattan, and it's actually two. I got two. I got two that I'm gonna cherish. But before my birthday party, we was with Hellraiser from Sons of Man. His movie premiere for the movie Risen. And I remember me and my Sis Fire Nation had just stepped in the building, and Freedom, Papa Wu, for those who know, he saw me. He was talking to 60 Second Assassin, and he said, "Son," and it was just the way that he said. He said it, and he ran up to me. He dipped down real low, gave me a high five and a hug. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, "Yo, I'm proud of you." I think I shared that on Facebook the other day, but it was just the way that the hug went, and just the way that, you know what I'm saying, he just said that I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? I never did things to for as far as music, you know what I mean? I never did things to impress people or get people to, you know what I mean, buy into what I'm doing. Everything for me is just really natural. That's something that I learned from him, you know what I mean? And for him to say like, "Yo, I'm proud of you," you know what I mean? That meant the world to me, you know what I mean? And that holds true to the day. Um, Even with, again, my birthday party, we out being out in Manhattan, and he surprised me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know the God was coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he surprised me. I was actually on stage. I was rocking out with Dungeon Master. Like, Dungeon surprised me that day too. You know what I mean? 'Cause I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
it was coming. But you know what I mean? I was rocking out with Supreme. Supreme was rocking, and Papa Wu, like one of his favorite songs, which Preem is gonna, if Supreme the Resurrector was on, he'll tell you, you know what I mean, is Preem's song. Damn, what's the name of that damn song? The Queen of the Wobble. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, for all those new freedom, you know what I mean? Like, you think he like that rugged and raw stuff, but he was definitely on that pimpalicious, was what Preem call it, music. You know what I mean? Line dancing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could go back to the 25th anniversary tour at SOBs, and you know what I'm saying, in Manhattan and all that. You know what I mean? Papa Wu came out, and there's the same love was given. You know, I watched comments on YouTube saying, "Oh, he acted sporadic, he boom 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 boom." But what these people, you know what I mean, really don't understand about freedom is, you know what I mean, his love and loyalty for everyone. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all might like the camera only catches where he blacking out, but he's not even blacking out. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's passionate. He's passionate for the, you know what I mean, for the things that he say. He lived by the teaching. He lived by his words. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
people don't understand, like, you know
Right.
what I mean? And like, we don't do things for camera either. You know what I mean? Or I got pictures with him, but people don't really truly understand the relationship. You know what I mean? He's the type of individual that'll shoot me a text and it'll be like, "Yo, son, I love you. And yo, I'm checking on you. Yo, what's the day's mathematics? You know what I mean?" And just really being able to build. You know what I mean?
That's
Not
it.
because he's Papa Wu, not because I'm Judah Priest, or not because all the individuals are who they are. Like, the picture y'all got up on the screen is from like 12 years ago. You know what I mean? This one I was out in I had moved back to Philly, and him and the Zoo Ninjas came down, and you know what I mean, and supported me. Like, a lot of people don't really understand that. For those who was around him will understand his loyalty and his love and his commitment. You know what I mean? Not for the music, but for the individual. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what the cameras catch, because the camera's not catching the true essence of the God. You know what I mean? You're not catching the, you know what I mean, the passion. You'll just see like somebody is just, you know what I mean, is acting wild, but he's not acting wild. He's passionate, you know what I mean, about the words that he's saying. He's passionate, you know what I mean, about life. He's passionate about uniting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I know you said 10 to 15 minutes and all that. That's the only thing that I really got to say, man. Like, I'm really gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss the conversations. You know what I mean? I'm gonna,
And
you know what I
no,
mean?
go ahead.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss that true embodiment. You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss the lessons that he gave Delhi. You know what I mean? Even when we don't talk for a minute, he'll shoot me a text. You know what I mean? With just some inspirations. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna cherish the most. That's what I'm gonna miss the most. You know what I mean? But he's still, as long for everybody who he gave jewels to, everybody that he has taught, and everybody who has been in his surroundings, you won't understand that only the flesh is gone. You know what I mean? He's still here with us because he embodied him in us. You know what I mean? I've been around the God since I was a kid, yo. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is before I was rapping. You know what I mean? So truly understand. You know what I mean? Everything that I say is truly of him, of an embodiment of him, of who exactly he is, or who he was. You know what I mean? Again, he was a great teacher, and he didn't just teach by the words. He taught. He was the embodiment. He was the example. You know what I mean, of the things that he said. You know what I'm saying? The thing, how he lived every day. You know what I mean? And the way that he walked was only something that manifested more than just the words. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, everybody who's ever been around him will truly understand and truly know that, you know what I mean, his love, his loyalty, you know what I mean, and everything is something that we all gonna cherish. You know what I mean? From before to right now.
Is the joint tripping on my end? Are you still here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah, yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, man, like that's really like I could go on and on and on, man. But that was the book, you know what I mean? That like, what I mean? Like, yo, for real, for all those who had, whether you heard them on the record, you know what I'm saying, from Wu Tang, you know what I mean? Whether you heard them at the rallies, whatever you heard them, wherever, you know what I mean? Everything he said, you know what I'm saying? Just it was something. It was something, you know what I mean? It was a seed that was planted. You know what I mean? It was something that, you know what I mean, we gotta hold tight on and allow to grow and to manifest. You know what I mean? And, he left his mark. He definitely did that. You know what I mean?
And let me ask you this last question before we let you go. Um, if there was one thing that you could ask the world to take from him, what would it be?
How he was a true example. How he was a true, like, listen, no, he was never one of the ones that just said like, yo, I'm God. Like he walked in his godliness. He knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? He knew his power. He knew his strength. He walked in his truth. And that's something that, you know what I'm saying, we all should strive to do. For something like that, it is hard to reach. You know what I mean? That is a master element. You know what I mean? That even grown-ups today don't even have the mindset, you know what I'm saying, to garner. But he garnered that. He mastered that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every word that he spoke, every word that he spoke, he lived that. He was the true example of that. You know what I'm saying? Just being in his presence commanded power, commanded respect. And that's something, you know what I mean, that a lot of people can't achieve, man. So, he was, again, if we want to take anything away from, we want to take anything away from that things that he taught, that was it. How to live in your truth and understand truly who you are and walk in your godliness.
Very true. Well, Judah Priest, we thank you for taking time out to just relive your memories with him and celebrate the long life that he had. And my condolences to you and the rest of the Wu
Appreciate
family.
it. I appreciate it, man. Peace to the gods, yo. Brooklyn Zoo forever. Y'all know. 10th Chamber.
All right. All right. So next up, we have Yusef, a longtime friend as well to Papa Wu. Welcome, Yusef. How are you?
Peace, 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 peace to everybody out there in the universe. Peace, Queen. How are you?
I'm all right, and yourself?
Staying strong, trying to keep this movement going, add fuel and rocket fuel to the movement, which Papa Wu left, his legacy.
Cool, cool, cool. Can you just one first off tell us how you met him, your relationship, and just the memories that you had with him?
Bismillah. Let me start off like that. I'm a good friend of King's. King is Riz's brother and Divine's brother. So I would go to Brooklyn to visit old dirty bastard. And Papa Wu was a part of that regime, always a mentor for Dirty. Unbeknownst to me, knowing that Dirty was about to come out and be a mega superstar, but I knew he had the energy, and Papa Wu was the guidance and the balance for that whole regime. So he had the intuitiveness to see greatness in an individual and mold and mentor them so that they could step into their greatness. So I saw what type of individual Papa Wu was. So before the Wu dynasty had begun, Papa Wu was mentoring a lot of individuals that needed that father tutelage and that type of guidance and spiritual enlightenment. So he came as a heavy card from the beginning, and he was the elder spokesman, so everybody respected what he was saying.
Cool. Um, what was one thing that stuck out to you that he has ever said to you? or maybe he said to someone that you knew?
Papa Wu said, if you have knowledge, pass it on. Don't hold it and conceal it to yourself. Knowledge is supposed to be spread amongst your people so that you could build wealth and empower those that are around you so that they can aid alike in your circle, in your circumference. So study, and then let the knowledge penetrate your heart so that you're living the action and the words in which you've studied. Don't just study the words and be a donkey with books on his back, meaning it never penetrates your heart. Your actions never manifest the words that you're saying out your mouth to other people. Live by what you say and manifest it in your actions, and then teach the people, God. He always put that God up there. Come on, God, be a living and true lightning, God. Yo, I can hear him right now.
What okay, so let me ask you this. As long as you have known him, what do you think he would have said his biggest accomplishment was?
His biggest accomplishment was touching many hearts and brains worldwide. He was a chess piece on the board, and he used different elements of hip hop to convey a message and make it worldwide and touch many hearts and many brains. And our community, where this type of information is not accepted in many different areas of curriculum. What he was talking about, you can't get this in prisons. They don't let these type of information and books and knowledge in the prison system. And he was able to intricately, unconsciously put a message in young hip hop artists' brain so that they can convey it to the masses. That's why Louis Farrakhan was big on Papa Wu. That's why Khalid Muhammad was big on Papa Wu, because he was able to touch a faction of the youth that they wasn't able to touch, that wasn't coming in the masjid or coming in the church. He was able to touch the streets.
Knowledge, did you have a question for him?
Peace, knowledge.
I think Knowledge is having some technical difficulties on his end.
I know it froze up. I see you, bro.
So let me ask you this. What do you think that he would have want us as a people, as a unit, our community to take from him?
Empowerment.
Yo,
He was
peace to
a
God.
financial part of Black people taking destiny into their own hands and empowering yourself. Forget about any turmoil, any of
Can y'all hear me?
the Willie Lynch mentalities that keep us from enjoying, from helping each other. Forget about our religious differences, our belief systems. Join hands with your brother and find a way to empower him. It's lonely at the top. Therefore, you want comrades and allies at the top with you. If you use this methodology in which they've been using against us to take over our hip hop, our R&B, our rock and roll music, our clothes, our whole swagger, we just got to turn the board around and use the pieces that they're using against us, against them, so that we can empower our people. And we don't have to beg for no handouts like the Chinese people. You don't see them voting. You don't see them begging and protesting. The Jewish community, they're self-sufficient. It's time for us to become self-sufficient in the new millennium. That's where he was at.
Knowledge, you were trying to say something?
He froze up. He froze up. Come on,
Yeah.
Triple T.
So,
Obama Wi-Fi.
so Yusuf, this picture right here with the wild
Yeah.
child and Papa Wu, can you explain this picture here, what's going on and how this came about?
Can y'all hear me?
Ooh-wee. Shh. All right. GP Wu, Stapleton, Wu Tang. We all comrades. We in a big pot of gumbo. It's a Staten Island regime. And Papa
Oh
Wu
shit.
and Shaheem, that was like, a mentor to Shah, because Shah had pieces of his equation that he needed mentoring. He needed fatherly love. He needed guidance and wisdom. And Papa Wu seen that. Any dude that he seen like that, Papa Wu would step to him and say, look, give me my number, God. I don't care what time you need to call me. If you call me, I got you. So Shah leaned on Papa Wu for the guidance and the spiritual advice and fatherly, brotherly love that he needed in his life. And, they became more friends more than business allies. So when Shaheem was doing his album, Papa Wu gave him advice and, told him what he should do and what he shouldn't do. But a lot of the artists don't listen to Papa Wu. Like our children, they don't listen to the parents.
Very true. So, what do you think that Papa Wu would have to take, wanted us to take from him, in your opinion?
Wow, see, man, I know he wanted everybody a part of the Wu regime to just come together and just have a family reunion and hug and take over the world like we supposed to. Because it's a movement, it's global, it's worldwide. A lot of individuals haven't spoken to each other, or they might have, some type of issue with an individual, but the love is still there because we're still comrades and brothers. So, by the power of the energy left by Papa Wu, may we all come together at his repast, and may we all show the love and support and help each other and catapult each other to success. Because we got these grandbabies to feed, we got these grandbabies to teach. It's not about us no more. It's about the
Right.
next generation, the new millennials. So we got to set a platform and show them that there's no divide and conquer in our heart, no Willie Lynch in our heart.
So let me ask you this, because as it goes with our community, when a celebrity or anybody famous for that matter dies in either a shocking way or a short amount of time, such as Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, Biggie, so on and so forth, do you think that his legacy will go on to be even greater than Nipsey, Tupac, Biggie, and so on and so forth?
Oh, no doubt, because he had a strong foundation. He went to the parliament. He has brothers that come from all over the country just to meet. And, this was a bigger brotherhood than, a hip hop philanthropist or somebody with dope music. This somebody that was sincere from the heart, walking in the words in which he believed in. And he has brothers that's close to him. So it really strengthened the movement. Like I go to Asbury Park, New Jersey, and that's one of the Allah's paradises that Papa Wu and Rahi, his right hand man, Jules Seven on Facebook. He's from that area. They got a lot of students out there. They got, close to 5,000 brothers out there. So when you see his repast and his enlightenment, come together, you're gonna see a lot of brothers physically there, spiritually online, and mentally in spirit. So you'll see the love when you see the come together in the big movement, and you'll see the financial global movement and moguls turn into superstars and businessmen based off of the principles in which Papa Wu touched all of our lives that's on this feed right now. It's a lot of students up here right now that y'all got to manifest his words into reality and make it happen because it's 2020, new millennial, new moon. This is ours. Let's take this into control.
Right, right, right. I think Knowledge wanted to say something. Are you able to hear now, Knowledge?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Wow. I mean, in our culture, justice is your penalty or reward depending upon your ways and action. And this is what we know. And if you understand what love is, you hear justice in love. You see what I'm saying? So, we have children out here, we have family out here, and sometimes you have to, you know, reprehend them. You see what I'm saying? You have to extend that other aspect of justice. You can't take just the benefit and without the penalty. You see what I'm saying? So you can take the rewarding, but you can't take the punishment. And I think a lot of that, got misconstrued in regards to keeping things in its proper context in regards to what the world may have seen as Papa Wu. Everything he did out of love. So whether you could look from a vantage point and judge in a certain kind of way, but if you don't have that understanding, I don't think I think that would be mixed. You see what I'm saying? Because you can misunderstand before you understand. And initially, people misunderstand, and then when they go back and actually do knowledge in the situation, they do it. They go back again. You see what I'm saying? So that's that read. You get that opportunity to re assess and see what was going on. So when this as this chapter is closing in the physical, I think we will understand what it was. If this man got knowledge of self in 1965, he heard the black man was God in 1965, the same year that Malcolm X transitioned, and he was able to live a culture and according to these prescribed laws and bring generations up. We in the great grand years of this generation type of situation and bring these people along. We have to look at these things with a critical eye and understand these jewels. His last night, he was still doing his duty. He was still doing his duty and imparting that swift wisdom in the way that Papa does. You see what I'm saying? And then we hear about the transition the next day. You see what I'm saying? So the shock and the awe that's associated with it is in an August kind of manner. You see what I'm saying? You could see the type of sons that Allah had if you look at Papa Wu. You see what I'm saying? You can see the type of, families that come and that descend from that particular line and what this was able to do and provide in a cultural perspective that we would see personified around the world in regards to hip hop and one of the greatest groups of all time to bring that to your living room. You see what I'm saying? So, most
Right.
honorable Elijah Muhammad said you could judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Look at the fruit. You understand what I'm saying? And that fruit comes from a root. And he was firmly rooted in this nation. So this again, this is you know, a tragedy on all fronts. However, we still have that mandate that Allah told us, if you wanted to see me, all you gotta do is come together. So just what you were saying, God, in regards to coming together and the family coming together, you understand what I'm saying? Maybe we
Right.
can get past some of this stuff and kind of move in a certain kind of way that's righteous and that's fruitful. So I wanted to say peace to you. And I got my Obama, internet together, that Obama fly, you understand what I'm saying? So I think it's on you.
We. But Yusef, I want to thank you for taking the time out to giving your memories and speaking on the life that was Papa Wu and the legacy that's going to go on. And my condolences to you and your camp as well, dealing with this tragic loss.
Yeah, yeah. Peace to Buddha Monk, Shaheem, King Just, Pop the
Right,
Brown Hornet,
right.
Fest Taylor, Showering Soldiers, the whole Stapleton Massive, all my Brick City Massive and comrades, Diesel Don, the Plug TV, Club Love, Vive Energy Drink. We doing that CBD energy drink product, everything. We coming hard for 2020. So I'm gonna make Papa Wu proud of me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Peace,
All
man.
right.
Peace, God. Peace, God.
All right. So next up, closing out this tribute tonight is Dungeon Master. Dungeon Master, welcome to the culture.
Peace, peace.
There you go.
Respect
There you go.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear ya.
Okay.
Can't see.
So
Yeah.
if you can just tell us your memories, how you met him, what was your relationship, and just your fondest memories and everything else between.
Well, I met Papa Wu through Dirty Mother because Dirty at the time was locked up doing high impact and on the island. So when Dirty was doing that shit, um, I'd be at Dirty's crib, you know what I'm saying, with his moms and grandmother and shit, you know what I mean? We'd be playing music or everything else.
Mhm.
Dirty moms was like, I'm gonna put you with Papa Wu because right now Dirty's locked up, so it doesn't make no sense for you to be waiting on anything and everything else. You know what I mean? Which basically makes sense. So Papa Wu happened to be downstairs at Dirty's grandmother's
Mhm.
visiting her at the time that I was there. So went downstairs and Papa Wu looked at me and Papa Wu like peace. I was like peace. And then he was like, "Don't just stand there. Who the fuck is you, motherfucker?" You know what I mean?
Straight up.
So I broke it down and everything and everything. Then him and Cherry talked, and Papa Wu basically literally had me everywhere with him and shit. You know what I mean? Learning everything about everything, the whole culture, all that shit. You know what I mean? And Papa Wu knew that I was violin also, so he kept me close to him so where I could, you know what I mean, stay out of trouble and shit. So it was like, come to find out that we actually was living around the corner because he was living in Fort Greene and I was living in University Towers. The co-op joints like right around the corner from his spot.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
get up in the morning, I jump in the whip, I go pick up Papa Wu, and then that was our schedule all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? For like years. When RZA when we first got the spot at the restoration and shit, we went to just like how Devon said at the last interview, that you had to go all the way to RZA's crib at the mansion to pick that up,
Mhm.
and then from there you started out as a producer and everything, learning how to engineer and learning how to make beats with certain other equipments and everything, like with the ASR, with Buddha Monk and everything else, and from there it was just a process, and then Temp Chamber was born. You know what I'm saying? Me, Alborn, Shot Crons, Free Murder, Babyface Finster, Sugar Bang Bang, A La Life, A La Real. I mean, it's a lot of us. It's a lot of us. Nesto, Suave, you know what I mean? So that was the click. That was the whole thing, And when we put together the first vision of the 10th Chamber album, I basically was on there as a producer. So I
Mhm.
really
Mm.
spitting and all that. You know what I mean? I was spitting, but I was just doing my own shit. So, but at the time, I basically was just a producer all the way, and then 8 years later, um, Papa Wu gave certain individual a chance to do, for a come up, and then Visions of the 10th Chamber 2 came out. You know what I mean? Even though the beats is everything else, I mean, we'll put it, that album came out and it did what it did, and it is what it is at that point. You know what I mean? But regardless of the fact, you know what I'm saying, me being an artist under Papa Wu Records, along with, what I'm saying, the individuals that I named and shit, we just made it do what it do, and then everybody went to do what they had to do for themselves and everything. You know what I mean? And me, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do regardless, and me being still under that moniker.
Mhm.
I fullest every day, all day. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you, like I asked the others, what was the biggest message that you took away from him personally?
To be yourself and look out for those that need it, because not everybody can't be helped. You know what I'm saying? However, you You know what I'm saying? Basically, you can lead a horse to water. It's up to them to drink it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that was basically our thing. Papa Wu was one to tell you straight up, do not tell me you're sorry because you're not a sorry ass nigga. So don't come at me talking about sorry. What you're not a sorry ass nigga. You know what I mean?
Let me
And
ask you this. A lot of people know that he was a spiritual staple in the whole entire Wu brand. What they don't know is how much of an impact he had on each of y'all personally. Could you go in depth?
shit, man, his impact, he made him his. Well, basically everything that I've been doing for the last past, let's say the last past 20 years was basically his impact. You know what I mean? Everything that he taught me and everything else, I lived that. I'm living it now. You know what I mean? You got a lot of cats that take the knowledge and everything else. It goes in one ear and out the other. Me, it goes into one ear. I process it and I just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And I live it. I live it out. You know, I mean, I have my character defects just as much as anybody else. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying, living your life and doing it the right way and not just thinking that, you know what I'm saying, you got it all mastered. Papa Wu, it took Papa Wu a long time to get his shit mastered the way that he had his shit mastered. And at the end of the day, he was still learning other shit too. You know,
Um, for you personally, what do you think that Papa Wu would have wanted our community to take from him, message wise?
message wise, everybody need to get their head out their fucking ass and do the right thing. Period. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Papa Wu will teach and Papa Wu will curse your ass the fuck out. And if Papa will curse your ass out,
Straight up.
you have your ass. Papa
Right.
Wu don't curse you out, you did something fucking wrong. At the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Papa Wu is Papa Wu is a realist, just like anybody else, man. He a realist. And this shit, it really hits me hard. Cause it's like, you know, the impact that he instilled in me is crazy. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of shit together, music wise, regular wise. We beat up a lot of people together also.
Yeah.
I mean, we did a lot of shit together. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of shit. Man, listen, it was because of him in no reality that I decided to really leave the streets alone like that. You know what I mean? And focus on music and shit like that. It be times that where I would go pick him up in my Pathfinder and we'll just go we wouldn't care where the hell we going. We going somewhere. We're gonna roll up. We're gonna smoke like 2 or 3 blunts. And Papa Wu is gonna build with me, and and I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna listen. You know what I mean? And we just build and we just build. I mean, it was crazy, man. I could even take it to the night that Sonny Carson died, which was on Professor X father. You know what I'm saying? We went, me, him, and Professor X from X Clan. Me and him, us three went all the way up to the Veterans Hospital to go see Sonny Carson.
Hmm.
Right? He was still in the coma and everything. Or Sonny's wife was there and everything. Soon as I took Professor X, me and Papa took Professor X to the crib. We went straight to Professor X crib and what's that shit? Uptown. Professor X was living uptown at the time. And as soon as we got there, Professor X had got the call that his pop had died. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. So me and Freedom, we both looked at each other. We looked at PX. We was like, wow, man. We stood me and Papa Wu was with him like all night. You know what I'm saying? So Papa Wu will always be there for a motherfucker, man. And like the craziest thing, you know what I'm saying? Papa Wu would give me the clothes off his back, like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is crazy, man.
So I don't want to hold up on your time. I'm gonna ask you this last thing. Where does the Woo brand go from here?
It's gonna go where it's gonna go. You know what I mean? My concern is how it's gonna be carried out. Right? I mean, the Wu Tang brand is gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that's like instilled in stone. As far as 10th Chamber is concerned, we're gonna be good. You know what I mean? So as far as where the 10th chamber is going to go from here, the 10th chamber got no choice but to go up from this point. You know what I mean? So y'all going to be looking out for projects coming from DG, Free Murder. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have projects coming from Woozy the Hustler, which is Papa Wu other son. You're going to have projects coming from Shad Kwan's, and he'll be home real soon. So, you know what I mean? That's as far as kids wise, as far as his other kids and slash brothers.
Hmm.
You know, I got a project coming out. My group has got a project coming out. Um, we're basically we talking with. I basically was talking with the other original 10th chamber heads, and we're gonna put something together real nice. We're gonna carry on this legacy because it was you know what I'm saying this is what this is what's been put in our lap. So we have to keep the torch lit regardless.
Um, First off, thank you for your time, Dungeon, and I know this is a tragic loss for your entire camp, you, and the entire Wu brand. It was a shocking loss at that. So my condolences first and foremost. Um, as far as the funeral arrangements, if his fans and followers wanted to show their respects, has that information been released yet?
No, actually, it's not because like actually, as we speak today, there's been something that's been given, but that's like private so far
Mhm.
because because you know he do have kids that he do have a son that's incarcerated, so due to security issues, they want
Right.
to get that
Right.
portion out the way first. I mean, now from and now anything else from that point, there probably will be something that's going to be being given this weekend. I'm really not sure yet. So as I get information, as information comes to me, I'll basically will let everybody know as far as with the public and everything else. Cause like right now I'm in Alabama, so I should be back out there like this weekend anyway.
Mhm.
Um, that's basically all I know right now. Because like this been hitting. This kind of hit like this came out of nowhere. This like hit everybody hard. Just like it came out of nowhere
Word.
when my mom passed in July and my cousin passed in August. You know what I mean? So this is like number three for me on this one.
Yeah.
You know? So, as the information comes, we'll let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? And there will be some works in the makings and everything else for like a proper tribute joint for Papa Wu and everything. And like I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on getting everybody, all the original 10th chamber heads together and we're gonna build and we're gonna smash something on a double up 2020, you know what I mean?
Cool. Is there any last words you want his fans and followers to know?
Well, basically, I want all his fans to know that the book that his book that he's working on, Birth of a Clan, that's still in the process of coming out. So we will let everybody know so we will let everybody know when it's gonna hit the stores and when we get them hard copies ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's also in the talks. And everybody that knows Papa Wu, y'all know how this man is, man. He don't take shit from nobody.
That's right.
So we gotta keep that torch lit. You know what I'm saying? Stand up for what's right. Stand up for those that need that, man. Look out for your community. You know what I'm saying? Big yourself up. Get your head out your ass. Be humble. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I mean? Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody, so you gotta live every moment. Just like just like I saw on the Flash comic book. You know what I'm saying? You got to cherish every second. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
And God,
no, go ahead.
and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So basically, on behalf of myself and everybody from the original 10th chamber, like I said, original 10th chamber. You know what I'm saying? We definitely thank everybody for the love. You know what I mean? But like I said in my live joint yesterday, you know what I mean? Right now it's about the family, you know what I mean? The Diggs, Cuffeys, Turners, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, the Draytons, you know what I'm saying? It's for all of them, you know what I'm saying? And we all gonna come through this. We're gonna come out this together. We're gonna come out this shining. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Because one thing Papa want everybody to shine.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Stand on your square and just shine, man. You know what I mean?
Knowledge, did you have any words for Dungeon Master before we let him go?
Well, praise to the God, man. I see you got your nose to the grindstone. You see what I'm saying? You had already expressed how, you was already going to be going hard. So I think this is an incentive to go even harder, for you and for you and for the clan and everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like this is a this is heavy to carry. You see what I'm saying? It's heavy to carry for everybody. You got to continue to keep it moving, and I know you're going to do what you're going to do, regardless to whom or what. You know what I mean? Like one of those biggest things in our culture. Have you not heard that your word shall be bond regardless to whom or what? Answer. That's why my word is bond regardless life. When I get my life, my word should fail. And this was something that we live by. So your word connected to your life and that life force to continue to make these things manifest. If you give your word is bond. You know, so that's what it was. So word is bond. If Papa Wu seen you, he was out of pocket. Word is bond, you got put right back in pocket. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's real deal. So this was a part of that. This is part of the culture. This is part of our culture in our nation. You understand what I'm saying? So, this is something that it continues. You know what I mean? So, peace to you. Peace to the family. My condolences to everybody as well. You see what I'm saying? It hurt. You know, talking to Timbo, talking to everybody. You see what I'm saying? You just seen this man in everybody's spot, like he was making his rounds. You understand what I'm saying? Like everybody's spot, like and making stuff plain. Because some people don't know the family dynamics. Like, yeah, that's my cousin. Blah, blah, blah. That's blah blah blah. That's this. So it was kind of like like a little around, and then back to the foundation, back where he got knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Where it was rough for him coming through. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't take it easy on no damn body, and that's a part of this culture. So, that's the truest reflection you can get.
If Papa Wu didn't love you, he would not curse you the fuck out. He'll let you.
Right,
He'll just let
right,
you. He'll let you become a crash test dummy.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty times there's plenty times I went ape shit, and Papa Wu literally had to put me on timeout, my nigga.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Papa to sit my ass down, nigga. You bugging the fuck out. You need to sit down, smoke some of this fucking weed, and just sit your ass the fuck down, man. You bugging. What the fuck is you doing? You know what I mean? Like that's how deep shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like if Papa wouldn't give a fuck about you, come on, man. It been times, man, that he'll just call me 1, 2 o'clock in the morning just to make sure I'm in the crib. All right, you in the crib? All right, cool. What you still doing up? Come on, God. You know we got shit to do in the morning, God. Go to sleep, God. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So I mean, I know his kids is feeling it, and I'm feeling it just as much as they feeling it because I consider them my nieces and nephews. You know what I'm saying? From Shaw
Right,
all the way down. You know what I mean?
right.
So this shit it hits me to a whole another standpoint. You know what I mean? Like that shit was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So all we can do is keep this torch lit, just the same way we do it for Dirty, we doing it for Papa Wu. You know what I
Right.
mean? They out, they ours. They belong to us. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep this legacy going. We're gonna keep that fire lit. You know what I mean? Y'all thought y'all have it. Y'all thought that you know what I'm saying. Y'all gonna hear some crazy shit from 10th Chamber, boy.
Right.
Behind this, boy, listen, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We're gonna deal with it the way we deal with it. We're gonna embrace it. Not many of us is gonna accept it. I'm one of them. However, gonna keep the torch lit.
Yeah. Well, again, Dungeon, thank you for your time, and you are definitely in my prayers, the culture's prayers, and I'm sure knowledge's prayers as well. So um, I hope you can heal from this, and I hope that your camp can heal from this as well. Knowledge, you got any last words for him?
Like the saga continues, man. You know what I'm saying? Saga continues. Waiting for that heat. Waiting
Yeah.
for that heat.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and let Dungeon Master go. We're gonna let go ahead and close up this tribute. Knowledge, what do you got to say?
Hey, we doing this all weekend, so on my platform we got the Papa Wu Tang weekend. So
Hmm.
Saturday and Sunday we're gonna be on 4 on Saturday, 6 on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Just building, you know, going through, some of them excerpts. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you can't you take a situation like this, for granted. You see what I'm saying? Like losing my own mother, you always think like they're just gonna be around forever, blah 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 blah. And this really is a great reminder to come back around, how that circle come back around. You see what I'm saying? How things come back full circle. You know, uh, mend your relationships, repair your relationships because you don't have tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't guaranteed. You see what I'm saying? And if
Right.
y'all saw him in that last bill over there at that parliament, he was in rare form, like rare form. You understand what I'm saying? So, if you got a chance to make it right today, make it right today. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing more important than family. Ain't no beefs, ain't no bills, ain't none of that shit more important than family because once they transition, you're gonna wish you had the opportunity to make it right. You see what I'm saying? And if you ain't fix it in your life, for me, don't come to my transition day with your tears and shit. You understand? Because you had the opportunity to make it right. You know, you had the opportunity to make that manifest. So it's a lot of things have been going on. This is, a very tragic loss, and we gotta come together as a collective and continue to move forward to ensure that this continues to live. Otherwise, he transitioned in vain. You see what I'm saying? In regards to
Right.
culture, in regards to the music, in regards to all the lessons that you learn, everything that this placed and took you, you have a serious obligation and a duty as a one still here in the physical form to continue this culture on. You see what I'm saying? That's why I love this platform, something for the culture, because this is truly something for the culture. So my sis need that support. My sis need that, saying that the same respect because she's doing this for the culture. She's putting on for the culture. You see what I'm saying? So we got these media platforms, these opportunities to work with people and help propel. So we just got to do that support. You see what I'm saying? And keep your word bond. And I thank you for the opportunity to let me come on for a few seconds in my, my co-host role. You understand what I'm saying? And let's
I mean, I had to
let's
let Big
continue.
Bro come through. You already know,
That's
so I
all
mean
love.
that's a given. But just to piggyback off what you just said, because I mean you pretty much summed up everything. Um, I don't want our community to let spiritual leaders such as Papa Wu or even, Nipsey Hussle, people of that nature that's actually trying to do good for our community and our people, to just overlook them while they're alive and then try to, basically celebrate them after the fact. celebrate them while they're here,
Right.
giving the message and
Right.
pushing out what they're pushing out. Okay, it's a reason why they put these people in these situations or in these platforms. Listen to them. It's a reason.
Right.
But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for this special episode. We lost another real one. Sad to say, our people are we losing the good ones left and right. It seems like so.
Right. And these
Definitely,
suckers still around.
yeah, exactly, definitely a tragic loss indeed. Um, let's not take these leaders and these people that are put in this position for granted. Definitely listen to them, push the word. And yeah, I will see you guys Friday night for our season finale with throwback. It's gonna be a throwback '90s season finale with Positive K.
Yeah.
So if you was a Positive K fan, all them ladies, I got them in, and yeah, he used to rock with MC Light. That episode would be
Right.
the episode for you. So I'm Jazzy
And he
Jazz.
comes from this culture. His name is Positive Knowledge Allah. You understand? He
Okay,
comes from this
listen, you
culture,
better
so
go ahead and drop the
it's
T, bro.
just like that.
Go ahead
It's
now,
just
drop
like
that
that.
T.
Yeah.
But yes, also
Right.
y'all tune in to my brother here, Knowledge's show, Due to Knowledge Radio. He does Woo Weekends a lot, but this particular weekend is gonna be a special one because it's gonna be another tribute to Papa
Right.
Wu. So y'all tune into that as well. You wanna give any shout outs or anything you wanna say before we close out?
Oh, shout out! If y'all could come through tomorrow, I'm gonna be on with Bernadette Price, wife of Sean Price, man. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is going to be something serious, something epic. You know what I mean? We got the same birthday. Gemini's in the building. You know what I'm saying? I know we about to have a crazy conversation. Just came
Yeah,
back from Europe on tour. New project coming out. This is the second project that was released by her posthumously from Sean P. Imperious Rex. And now we got this joint Price of Fame coming out on Friday, man. It's gonna be crazy. Friday.
definitely. I'll be tuned in. You already know. So, but we're gonna see y'all Friday night, and y'all tune in tomorrow night to Do the Knowledge Radio, and y'all have a good night.
All right.